to start and see a really competitive game between two sides that are thereabouts.
Macca, there's lots of interesting battles today, isn't there? And let's look at midfield first of all. Launceston midfield really bolstered by the return of, or the inclusion of Sam Lonigan, also Jay Blackberry, and a couple of young up-and-coming players, Brody, Paul Freeman and Brendan Taylor. Yeah, look, interesting you mentioned Lonigan. I still don't think he's totally 100% fit, Dave. There's question marks on his calf, so expect him to continue to play a part-time role. I think he'll play, upwards 60% of the game, probably not much more than that. But yeah, look, you mentioned Jay Blackberry. We've called him many times over the last few years, and we know that Maxie, when Jay's sat on by a tagger, he really struggles. When the teams let him go, he cuts you apart. So, will Clarence go with someone with him today?
I would think that they'd probably just let the game unfold a little bit in the first 10-15 minutes and just see what impact he has. But I'm sure they certainly will go to him if he gets the ball and uses it the way we all know he can.
You're right though, Dave, about those lesser likes. The Shepherd brothers, Brendan Taylor, best on last week, coming across from North Launceston a couple of years ago. It's those lesser likes that have been doing the job. They've got some good, strong bodies in there, don't they? Led by Sammy Rundle, who we can see gets a lot of the footy. At times he can turn it over, but, strong bodies. Joe Boyce as well. And, look, their backline's been...
Andrew Fitz. And we'll throw down now to Warnie. How's things looking at the boundary, Warnie?
Yeah, it's good. It's a nice afternoon down here at Windsor Park for a bit of football action. We've a slight breeze, not too much. I don't think it's going to affect any sort of form of the scoring at the moment. Slightly going down towards the city end, but it is a very nice day here, and the ground's in great condition, and both sides are looking pretty good. They've gone through a pretty decent warm-up, both sides actually. Launceston went out for a little while, went back in, and then they're out there now and they're grouping together, ready to take this on because it will be a big challenge for them.
Thanks. That's a decent blow of the siren, that one.
Yes,
thanks, Warnie.
No worries, we'll chat to you soon.
No worries. And Macca, yep.
Yeah, Sam Siggins looks like he's going to start in the ruck. The former Adelaide Crow coming back to Clarence via Lauderdale. He's in the ruck. Brody Jones is there with the headwear on. Ian Callanan. So what an on-ball division from them, and Jeremy Webley's around there as well. So they've thrown the big guns in. They're going to go early from the centre ball up Clarence.
Let's get our tips. First of all, I think Clarence will win. I think they've got too much firepower up forward for the Blues. I think it'll be narrow margin, maybe 2 to 3 goals. Macca?
Well, I think on our Friday night preview, I might have just tipped Launceston, but not quite sure. It's going to be close. Can I change my tip from Friday night, Foz?
No, you got to stick by it.
All right, Launceston by under a goal.
And Michael, what do you reckon?
I think I'm going to have to go with Clarence, but I reckon it'll be probably double your margin. I reckon it's about 5 or 6 goals.
Okay, so let's see what unfolds. It's a match of the round, I think, in the TSL, this one. Launceston versus Clarence at Windsor Park. Umpire holds the ball aloft. Here's Matty McGee for City Park Radio and Duff TV.
Here we go, Dave. It's going to be Leadham up against Siggins in the ruck. This is where the game's going to be won or lost today. Leadham, Siggins, not much of a contest there. Blackberry gets the tap out. In front of Jake Smith, well tackled by Callanan. Holding the ball, the umpire says not. They continue on. Leadham comes back to Lonigan. Good to see him starting on the ground today. Comes inboard and finds his teammate there in Stuart Williams. So Williams goes back into the centre, finds Blackberry. Couple of touches early, Maxie. Blackberry looks down deep, finding Rundle. Nice strong mark, Sammy Rundle playing at half forward early on. So good start, Launceston. You're listening to City Park Radio 103.7 FM via the online stream as well. And the kick there finds the Clarence player in Jared Harper. So Harper repels the attack, comes across to Timmy Castle, the veteran for Clarence. He's going to come inboard to the coach in Webley. Good to see him back from injury. Webley, the former Richmond player.
Flowing, what I was impressed with then is the way that Launceston set up their zone when Clarence were deep in the Launceston forward line with the ball. There was just 3 lines, as we'd suspect. It was very well drilled.
Boundary throw in. Deep in the forward pocket, Clarence into attack. Leadham gets it down in front of him. Picked up there by Paul Freeman, can't take position. Blackberry involved once again. Ball's cleared out. Casey Brown kicks it to defensive 50, and the mark's taken for the Blues.
It's Jake Nunn.
Thanks, Macca. Jake Nunn on the far side there. Kicks high. Up here looking for Nathan O'Donoghue's back in the team today, and he takes a strong mark.
Yeah, good to see him playing up the ground too, Dave. As more as that centre half forward. I said that was one area that Launceston needed.
He goes further field and finds Ruller Kelly-Mantle up against Timmy Castle today. That should be a good battle. Ruller in good form this year. He goes inboard. He finds Corey Shepherd. Takes the mark.
This is the game they like to play, isn't it, Maxie? Just this little chip and go.
It's all the rage at the moment, and it's okay if you can control the ball and they've got the skill to do it, but and you've got to be able to sustain that for 4 quarters, which is pretty tough.
The coach Sam Lonigan has it for another chip kick. Goes back, sums up his options, kicks up towards half-forward flank. Players rise high. Knock away there from Mastrocola. Out of play in front of the Launceston Football Club at Pavilion there. The canteen doing some good business, as will the bar later on. Sunday game here as to not to clash with the AFL. Sensible decision by the TSL. We know what we think about that one, Macca.
Yeah, talk about that one later.
Too many NTFO games yesterday. Boundary throw in. Siggins gets it down. Shark by Blackberry. Short distance kick out of bounds once again.
Yeah, so Clarence pushing right up here. Every player's in the Launceston half of the ground, Max.
They are, and looks like Jason Bailey's got first go at Sonny Whiting too. So he's probably 6 inches taller than Sonny, but
Sonny Whiting,
the pace.
I can tell you, Maxie, Sonny Whiting is filthy that he didn't get named in the state squad, and he wants to show the coach Anthony Taylor today why he should be in it. The inside 50 repelled, a good mark here from Clarence, and that is Michael Fisher. Good to see him back in the TSL from North Hobart, played in the Old Scholars last year. So Michael Fisher on centre wing, comes across now, finds Grace. Grace goes left, he goes right, chooses to kick over handball. Looking for Wall, nudged on here. Keep an eye on this one.
Aiden Grace, Macca.
Well, that's Aiden Grace, is it? Oh, look out. Here's Blackburn. He's kicked the goal. He's done the double python early. And Clarence are on the board. 1 goal straight. Clarence leading Launceston yet to score. Aiden Grace is at Fozzie, the stutter step, the Kennedy. I look forward to him getting a shot for goal later on. We're going to be treated to a little piece of live theatre if Aiden Grace gets hold of the footy close to goal. But... look, Launceston, couple of inside 50s grooves and nothing to come. Inside 50s, yeah, 2 apiece. Clarence just looking a little bit more dangerous up forward.
I should mention David Gruber doing our stats today.
Oh, the best in the business, the neatest in the business, Max. You don't know if you noticed that the other week, how neat his lines are and his tally marks. He's best in the business, Dave Gruber.
Don't forget the goal kickers, Macca, as it's back in the centre again, and Leadham gets it down to his feet. No clearance here at the moment. Brendan Taylor's in there, fighting away. And I think it'll be a secondary ball up coming up. It's 1 goal straight, 6. Clarence. Launceston yet to score. Been playing 6 minutes in the first quarter.
Keeps us on our toes, the captain of the commentary team, Dave Moore. Maxie, you notice that one as well?
My word, he does.
He just do the goal kickers.
Yep, calls all the shots.
Quite often forget them.
That's it. Siggins gets a knock away. Here's Jake Smith. He's tackled. Drops the ball. Yes.
Dropping the ball.
He had plenty of prior opportunity there, did Jake Smith, a veteran now with the Launceston Footy Club.
Jeez, he's good size, Sam Siggins, Dave.
He is indeed. A beautiful kick, 60, 70 metres inside 50. Alec Wright gets a punch away for the Blues. It's at the fall of the ball. Chance here, players crash in. Michael Fisher was in there. Launceston player tries to get a handball away. Now, will he be penalised? No, he won't. So ball up 45 metres out from the Clarence goal.
Yeah, Max, you just look at the cut of Siggins. He's just a mammoth unit out there to play as a ruckman and a mobile ruckman. That's a big plus for Clarence.
Lead him up against Wall. No clear hit out. Taken away by Boyce. He's tackled. He releases the ball just in time. Paul Freeman gets it away. They're scrammed behind. 1-1-7 Clarence. Launceston yet to score. Matthew McGee.
Launceston, after an early attack, have really struggled to get their hands on the footy. Jay Blackberry with a kick out. Got Taylor in short. He goes to himself though. Clarence has got the zone. Terrible kick. Jay. Blackberry. Turnover. Jake Smith though gets it back for Launceston. Looks to go inboard to Taylor in good form last week. He's under the pump today though. Back to Blackberry trying to do his mess up here. Over to Taylor. This is Shepherd. Outboard to Leadham, named in the state squad this week. Roller Kelly Mansell the same. Leadham, he's got big Nod O'Donoghue on his own. The big fellow gives it back here to Whiting. He's got Harris inside 50. Chooses not to go there. He comes back inboard to Leadham, who continues on. He's still got Harris. Kicks to the top of the square. If it sits for Harris, he's going to kick a goal. It doesn't. And it's going to be a try score to Clarence. I think the ball's still in though. And Clarence got their offering. They got the point that they wanted.
How good was Hamish Leadham in the lead up there?
He's very fit. We spoke to Lonigan, didn't we, a few weeks ago on how fit Leadham is. They put him in the leadership group this week, this year, Leadham. And it was great to see him named in the state squad. Brady Jones gets it, gives it across to Keegan Wiley. Wiley comes out to centre wing looking for Alex Gall. Goes over his head though. Callanan's there as well. Gall gets it back, comes inboard with the handball. So Clarence from half back. Kicks up, looking for the forward line. Williams is there. for Launceston. The ball well punched defensively by Clarence. Getting the ball in was Tyson Hanslow, looking for Fisher. It's over his head though. Handball out here from Blackburn, gets it over to Webley. Webley looks in and finds Fisher, who followed up. Geez, they're running hard at Clarence. He comes inboard, looking for and finding in the forward pocket. I think it's that man again. It is Aidan Grace.
Now, will he do the same sort of run up from a sharp angle 20 metres out?
Cheapers, here we go. He might turn the other way this time, but Clarence Maxey, geez, hard running, wasn't it? So, Dave, Clarence are come, and this is the issue with Launceston. They were challenged against North Launceston. They failed to deliver. They're challenged today. The better players for Clarence are starting to get their hands on the footy, and they look strong. They look fit, and Launceston have got to come to play now because they're under the pump early.
Back in the centre, Leadham against Siggins. Good battle this afternoon here at Windsor Park. No one gets a tap on the ball there. Lonergan can't pick it up there. Siggins, second effort, caught with the ball. Well, might have been a bit tough there, but he was dispossessed, so well tackled there by Hamish Leadham, who started so impressively this afternoon. They need a goal, the Blues, just to settle this game a little bit. Up towards Rala Kelly Mansell. Good work there by Castle. Taken by Brady Jones. He's tackled over the boundary line. Michael, sorry?
It should have been ball there. He had prior opportunity. Tried to take him on then, tried to take Shepherd on then, so should have been a kick to Lonnie.
Boundary throw in. 2 kicks out from Launceston's goal. Siggins takes this short kick to advantage. Tries to find Gabby Chambers. He can't pick it up. James Gillo's got the ball. He's tackled over the line. So it's a simulcast this afternoon. City Park Radio 103.7 and Duff TV. The Southern Cross Tasmanian State League footy. Match of the round. Launceston versus Clarence. Boundary throw in. Leadham and Siggins go at it again. Leadham wrestled off it. Siggins can't get it to advantage. Here's Lonergan. I reckon there'll be a ball up here any second. There is. It's Clarence 2-1-13, Launceston 1 behind 1 point. Bit of afters there. Players clear away. Ball up. Siggins cleared tap this time. Well sharked there by Gillo. Short handball to Miller Hodge. Hodge up towards half forward. Leading out there was Castle. He can't take possession. The ball's out of bounds. Right in front of us here in the Windsor Function Centre. Bit of a sponsors function going on behind us this afternoon. Clarence, 2 early goals. Boundary throwing again. Lead in front spot. Taps it once, taps it twice. Out to Blackberry. His kick smothered. Falls to Shepherd. Back to Blackberry. Swings on the left foot, gets it smothered. Goes 10 metres behind him. Alex Gall can't pick it up. Taken by Leadham. Good work, big fella. Left foot pass.
Just crosses the 50. In he comes, misses near side. Never trust Maxie Walker. You put the moz on him.
We did.
Need to start at left-hand goal post and missed it near side. Weberley going to take the kick out for Clarence. So Clarence, 2-1-13, lead Launceston, 2 behinds. This is the 3rd versus 4th battle in the TSL. The umpire's called Weberley stepping on the line, and it's going to be a boundary. It's going to be a ball up at the top of the square. Weberley just did not know where to go then, and in the end, he's touched the line. So O'Donoghue going to go up in the ruck against Siggins. Clarence under the pump here on this attacking foray by Launceston. Rala Kelly Mansell kicks the ball out, right forward pocket, and we reset and go again.
Good result for Clarence there with Weberley stepping over the line, because his 15-metre kick hit a Launceston bloke right on the chest.
It did, so it was
a definite goal.
Siggins, O'Donoghue gives him a little nudge. Rundle falls over, O'Donoghue goes back again. He's met from Clarence there, Shane Bradford. Can't get it out though. Here's a tap. Callanan running onto it. Boyce gets it first though. Goes to ground. Callanan over the top. Umpires circling, looking for a ball up, and I think it's going to come now. So 40 metres out. Launceston attacking end of the ground. Dave Gruber inside 50s. 5 to Launceston, 6 to Clarence. So they're getting enough of it, Launceston. Marks inside 54 to Clarence, 1 to Launceston. So there's a bit of an issue at the moment for the Launceston defensive line. Brady Jones, good to see him playing off half back. It's a luxury for Clarence, swapping on ball. Ball comes out to Joey Boyce right over here in front of the commentary position. So Joey Boyce, good to see him back in the TSL, just spending a little bit of time. Here we go to kicking up to Rundle. Callanan gets it though. And it's out of bounds right below us here in the central commentary position.
A lot of strapping on O'Donoghue's left hamstring, so interesting to see how well he can run around today.
Boundary throw in. Ball falls to the front. Tyson Hanslow's in there, but taken by Leadham. He gets a mongrel punt inside 50, and Whiting was outpointed there by Bailey, who takes a good mark on his chest. He goes wider. Over here looking for Bradford, who takes the mark. Shane Bradford on defensive 50. Left foot chip kick up the wing. And finds a pair of wall. Contest now. Right on centre wing. It's bundled over the boundary line by Jared Harper. Boundary throw in on the far side.
It is a fair luxury, Max, isn't it, for Brady Jones and Webley just to be sitting across half back for Clarence.
Certainly two quality players that, any side would love to have that luxury of just letting them roam free like that.
So just in front of the interchange box, the ball's thrown in. Brady Jones gets it, but the umpire's going to do a ball up now, right in front of the Clarence interchange box. So it's O'Donoghue and Wall. It's won by O'Donoghue. Ball's taken here by Brendan Taylor, rushing towards the boundary line, and it's going to be a throw-in. Ball taken over by Tyson Henslow. Good youngster, Dave. Played a little bit of Mariners, Tyson Henslow.
Yes, Cam Brown was really impressed. He said 20 metres in 3 seconds. That sound about right?
That's a good speed. The quickest get below 3, but 3's pretty good for a youngster. And the ball's thrown right in here, and it's going to be another ball up. So not much happening here at the minute. Just Launceston need a goal. O'Donoghue's going to try his best for Launceston. Ball comes down to Jake Smith. Circling, taken by Nunn. Gives it to Boyce. Boyce has got Jake Smith on if he can find him. And he does. Excellent kick. Umpire calls play on. Here's Roller Kelly Mansell just getting away from Castle. He'll turn him inside. Roller Kelly Mansell, he does so. Spots up Shepherd.
Thomas.
Shepherd. I'll just call Shepherd. Don't worry about his first name, Fozzie. Gives it to Whiting. Got to be a free kick here to Sonny Whiting. And it was.
He was pleading with the umpire to give it to him.
He was. Jason Bailey. Look, any good forward, Maxie, that was a free kick every day of the week.
It was, but he made him earn it, and he'll let him know that he's there all day, I reckon.
Good skills there, Launceston. Joey Boyce to Jake Smith. Roller Kelly Mansell back inside. So let's see what Sonny Whiting can do. 40 metres out. He's got Geordie Harris on. He waits for the ball. Harris probably shouldn't have done. It's going to go back to Whiting now, so they've gained nothing. He goes left, he goes right, he sells the candy. Sonny Whiting hits it to the top of the square, but it's all Clarence there at the moment. Fall of the ball. Ball comes down to Clarence. Timmy Castle misses it on the way through, and Launceston have found a way to muck up another forward entry, Max.
It was, and it may have looked like Sonny was kicking to the top of the square there, I think, but he was trying to disguise that.
Low-scoring game here at Windsor Park. O'Donoghue gets it down towards Taylor. Sharked though by Cox. He's caught with the ball. He does get a handball away here towards Chambers. Can he get on the boot and have a shot? He tries to. It's smothered. Well done, Stuart Williams. Short distance kick finds O'Donoghue. He plays on, not 15. Deep in defence now, it's Smith. Short distance kick finds Gillow. And he's a couple of kicks out from his defensive goal right on the boundary line. On the western side of the ground here at Windsor Park. It's the Clarence Roos by 10 points. Up the wing it goes. Mark, is that taken before it... yes, it was, by Jake Nunn. Just inside the boundary.
And the ball is kicked out of bounds, right in front of the Clarence interchange box, where, as you said, Maxie Aiden Grace, he's struggling over there with the ankle. Started the game well. You're listening to 103.7 simulcast on the AFL Tas live stream.
The ABC there.
The AFL Tas live stream here at Windsor Park. It's third versus fourth, but it's all Clarence at the moment. Here's Roller Kelly Mansell, Timmy Castle wearing him like a glove as he does, the experienced back pocket player. And Mansell needs to be a little bit stronger in the contest. He's not going to find the space that he does on occasions today, Roller Kelly Mansell. And the ball is going to be balled up on the attacking side of the centre square for Clarence.
Won't be long to go. Short quarter, only 2 goals kicked. Does that surprise you, Macca?
23 and a half minutes. It's a close game. A lot of players around the footy, Dave. Not much free space. Let's see whether Clarence can steal one late. It's Tyson Henslow in amongst it there. He's rolled over in the tackle. And some heavy work done on that occasion by Brodie Pulfreman. So, Clarence, they're on the attacking wing. Just ticked over 24 minutes. TSL action. Won by Leadham down to Standen. Ball's inside 50 though on this occasion. Could be a push in the back. I think it might be Miller Hodge is going to take that one. No, it's Lonigan. He comes up. He goes to square the ball up to his Launceston teammate, but it's cut off by Michael Fisher. Michael Fisher brings it in, and that's a terrible mistake. Sammy Lonigan And the mark's taken in the forward pocket there by Clarence, Dave.
Blackburn.
Blackburn has already kicked one. Blackburn comes around on the right. He tries to snap and it looks good. And that's a terrible mistake. Terrible mistake by the Launceston coach in Sammy Lonigan. Just did not hit the target. They didn't need that. And that is a second goal for Michael Blackburn.
And Launceston didn't need that at the 25-minute mark of the first quarter. They were lucky to get out of it with the 2 goals against them, I would have thought. But to get that one right on siren time, a minute or two.
Forward, Whiting can't take the mark. Well done, Bailey. Taken by Lonigan. Tries to get it back to Whiting. Cut out there by Keegan Wiley to Jeremy Weberly. Now back to Castle, who takes it in one hand, then steams off half-back. Kicks up towards the wing. Chance here for Williams. He gets a handball back to Leadham. Leadham, not a great handball. Tries to get it to advantage of Shepherd. It's quarter time. Quarter time at Windsor Park. In this battle between 3rd and 4th on the ladder in the TSL. It's Clarence 3-1-19, leading Launceston 3 behind, 3 points. Macca, the goal kickers.
Goal kickers, Michael Blackburn 2 for Clarence, 1 to Aidan Grace, and no goal kickers for Launceston.
Michael Walker, some quick thoughts.
Yeah, what I found interesting then, just before the siren at that stoppage in the middle, Weberly was in there for Clarence, and he was just urging all his forward line to come forward to leave Blackburn one out deep. So they were very confident of the stoppage that they're going to win them based on that. And all they were wanting to do is get it down to Blackburn and continue his scoring spree at the moment. But obviously it didn't go that way because Launceston got the clearance. And again, one target to Sonny. Bit disappointed with his second effort there. He sort of went in with one arm just to swoop at it. But if a guy wants to play state footy, he's got to do a bit better than that.
I reckon Blackburn's the one they may think is the good matchup deep to the Maxi. I reckon Blackburn, he's already got 2. I'm interested to see who they match up on him, Launceston, but I reckon he's got his opponent running hot at the moment, Blackburn.
Score at quarter time here at Windsor Park on City Park Radio 103.7 and via Duff TV, the TSL live stream. It's Clarence 3-1-19, Launceston 3 behind, 3 points. Here's some messages from City Park Radio, and for our live stream viewers, we'll be back in just a moment.
This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given. It's earned.
You know what we need to do?
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears, sounds, and the song is sung. It's not up to me. It's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent. Our premier competition.
And just not doing anything with it. They win the inside 50s 11-8 as well, but yet they haven't scored a goal. But the mark's inside 50 to Clarence, 5-2, and which led to more shots on goal. And the individual stats for the Launceston Football Club, they started well. Hamish Leadham with 8, Blackberry with 8, including 7 kicks and 1 handball. Brendan Taylor's been pretty lively with 6, and Corey Shepherd with 5. But look, they're getting enough of the footy, just not doing anything with it, especially on transition, Maxi.
Absolutely. And one you didn't mention there who got a bit of it, well, pretty much all of his possessions in that last 10 or 12 minutes was young Miller Hodge. Got a bit of the ball and showed a bit. But, yeah, if they're going to get those clearances and get their hands on the ball first, they've got to convert it into scoreboard pressure. And
looking at Clarence, their forward line is the danger, isn't it, for the Blues? We haven't seen much of Standen yet. He's been reasonably quiet so far. Blackburn's been up and about, but and Callanan, I suppose, another one who hasn't featured too much to quarter time. But you know, they're leading by 16 points, and perhaps some of their forwards haven't been that prominent.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good thing for Clarence, and this is where they've struggled in the past few years, Maxi, is they haven't had the depth. They haven't had the depth, and they've still had good players out there, and obviously a few injuries have cost them along the way. But it looks this year as though they've got a lot better lineup in terms of across the board, and their body size is good. I've noticed they look like TSL players, and a good mix of youth and experience.
They have, and like you say, their body size. There's a fair bit of strength out there, and they've also got the outside run, which surprisingly is probably on top of Launceston in that area at the moment. Where Launceston, with again their youth and exuberance and their speed, but they just haven't put it to their benefit as yet.
No, a couple of poor decisions. Wasn't inside 50. There was one occasion down here where Whiting tried to hit up Harris. Harris didn't attack the footy. Another one where Whiting was involved. He was a bit iffy, and Leadham just inside 50 kicks, not getting anything, from them at the moment. As we said, they are leading the inside 50, so they're getting enough of footy in the clearances, they're getting enough footy forward. They just need that inside 50 kick to be a little bit more precise.
I think you're right, Macca, about the Clarence have almost got that perfect age profile.
So, look, they're going to be a pretty good team, Clarence, throughout the year. And Launceston, look, if they don't want to just finish 4th and 5th and make up the numbers, they've really got to lift in this second quarter.
In a moment with our boundary riders, I can see them getting together there now. In fact, they may be just about ready. I'm getting a wave there from Adam Child and Andrew Fitz, so we'll cross down to the boundary. And what do you got to report to us at quarter time, boys?
Yeah, I've come out of the Launceston huddle there, and they were pretty up and about actually coming in, which is a good thing for them. They're quite confident in what they did in that first quarter. I think the biggest message come out that they just want to do everything defensively and then look to spread, because that's where they think they can get on top on the scoreboard. And Fitz, you had a bit of a look there with the Clarence.
Yeah, surprisingly, the Clarence coach is a bit disappointed. He said that they're getting scratched at the stoppages. They're about 8 down at the stoppages, and he wants to absolutely a bit more pressure around the fall of the ball. Into the breeze this quarter, he wants the forwards to play in front, which is a pretty obvious thing he's had to say, and also to make sure that Launceston make uncontested marks across half forward and kick along into the forward line. That's right, and the breeze has got up a little bit, blowing towards the city end now.
And any update on Aiden Grace there, Warnie?
I think he looks like he's probably done. He is getting a little bit of work done at the moment. They're taking his boots off actually again. I think he might be done for the day.
Cheers, boys. We'll hear from you again during this second quarter. So the score at quarter time, Clarence 3-1-19, Launceston at 3 behind 3 points to start the action in the second quarter on 103.7 FM City Park Radio and Duff TV, the TSL live stream on the Southern Cross TSL. Here's Matthew McGee.
So Launceston, what can they bring this time? They need to lift. Siggins is going to go up in the ruck against the youngster in Leedham. He started well, Siggins, but Leedham having a terrific season, the youngster. He's going to go up in the ruck against Siggins. This round 5 clash here of the TSL footy. It's Blackberry gets the ball from Leedham down to Polframan. Polframan over the top of Raleigh Mansell, looking for and not quite finding Rundle. Well done by Fisher there. Raleigh Mansell takes it towards the boundary. The ball's not quite out, though, the umpire says. Here's Castle getting the ball inside, looking for Brady Jones. He's hard at it, Brady Jones. He bashes in, but the ball's come back out the back. It's Polframan. He got it. I think the Clarence thought it was going to be a ball up. Here's a Nunn, used to him in defence. Here's Sonny Whiting. He could have kicked it early. He tries not to. It's coming back, but not enough, Sonny Whiting. He could have kicked it first up, Maxie.
He could have, and he was practising those exact shots.
Oh, he's a live wire. He's a live wire, this Sonny Whiting. He's had the opportunities, but hasn't been able to. It's a bit of a hack kick forward, but the ball's going to go out of bounds, and Clarence will take that. Once again, every player, 36 players in the attacking half of the ground for Launceston. Jake Cox is the furthest player. Watch him go if the ball gets over the back. Jake Cox, the greyhound, who will go.
Fair to say, the game probably hasn't reached any great heights thus far.
A little bit of breeze. It's not real warm today. But you're right, there hasn't been many link-ups in play because all the players are around the footy, and Launceston are on top in the stoppages. They've had enough time. They've just got to get the ball inside 50, and Sonny Whiting's got to finish off, lead him down to Lonigan. Good combination. Blackberry taps it on to Jake Smith, gives it back to Lonigan, back to Polframan. He looks from 45, and there's another miss. Launceston cannot take a trick. This time Polframan. It's 5 straight behinds to Launceston. They need a goal on the board. Dave Moore.
They do indeed. Opportunity there for Polframan. Not an easy shot. He had to get purchase on it straight away. Just missed it to the left. Long kick now out of full back. It's going to go dangerously close to the boundary line. And Boyce gets his fingers to it. Drops to the boundary line there to lead him. It's out of bounds. About 60 metres around from the Launceston goal. They've been in an attack on this forward flank now for a little while in this quarter. Been going 3 minutes. Boundary thrown once again. Coolish day here at Windsor Park. Probably 15, 16 degrees at the moment. Here's Leedham again. Handballs, left hand, into the pocket. Chance here for Sonny. Whiting, he can't pick it up. Up against Castle once again. They break away the Clarence defence. Quick kick. Is it going to be over to bounds on the full? No, it's off hands. And once again, it's in that forward pocket right on the 50-metre line. Maxie.
A couple of the North boys just walking past. Young Zach Burt, he'd have to be happy with himself.
Cool.
Another lazy 6 yesterday, I think.
He's informed Zachy Burt.
Yeah. Big win last night at the Devonport Oval.
It was. He'd be very happy, and they'd be a happy club at the moment. They're travelling all right.
Couple of interesting former Launceston players in front of us here too. Brendan Savage, Scotty Stevens and Duck French. It's Scotty Stevens. I reckon Launceston like him out there now, but of course he's retired. If he's still kicking around with Evandale, Scotty Stevens.
Believe, yes, assistant coach or something.
He'd be handy in NTFA Div 2, Scotty Stevens, don't worry.
He would.
Let's kick up towards the defensive end of the centre square for Clarence, but taken by Vandervelde to Lonigan. It's a nice kick to advantage if someone can get on the end of it. So they hit a Rulla Kelly man straight away. He has a man in the pocket. And I think that's Michael Blackburn once again.
Yeah,
it is indeed. The number 13 for Clarence.
This is the one that's just getting away from him at the moment, Blackburn. I don't know whether it's Joey Boyce that's on him, but they need to pay him a bit more respect. That first kick was a bare 15, Maxie.
From Callanan?
From Callanan.
Yes.
Was the bare 15, but quick play Jake Cox, doesn't matter now.
I think he was... he banked on that not being 15 because he had the afterburners on to go past for the handball, but the whistle was blown and he was never going to get it back.
Michael Blackburn, he's about 25-30 out, 10 metres from the boundary line, deliberate approach, sizes it up, right in front of the Lonnie club rooms. He shoots and he misses to the near side. Umpire strikes the breast, says it's one behind, and that's Clarence's second behind. They go to 3-2-20, leading Launceston 5 behinds, 5 points.
So, couple of behinds to start the quarter. Let's hope Blackberry can do a better kick out than he did last time. He does. He looks for young Alec Wright. He takes the ball, the number 33. Looks short. Hits up and finds Shepherd. The umpire didn't pay the mark because he dropped it. He comes back out. So that little mistake there put him under pressure. And the mark's been taken by Mastrocola. So Mastrocola, he's got one of those little moustakas going. Mastrocola with the tats. He's the modern footballer. The ball comes up and Lonigan leaves it for Blackberry. So Blackberry kicking across half back. Rundle's up the line. Noddy O'Donoghue's there as well, but he comes inboard to Jake Smith. Jake Smith, he looks to go sideways. He's under pressure though because he doesn't have a free man. The Balding Williams takes the ball. He puts his teammate over there under pressure, and that was Casey Brown coming back from the Mariners. Shepherd mops up, gives it to Leadham. Leadham's going to look to go back to Brown. So Casey Brown gets the ball. He's got good speed. Casey Brown, pretty good season with the Mariners. Dropped from yesterday's game. Of course, the Mariners went down to the Gold Coast yesterday, much to Fozzie Moore's grin. Not happy with the Gold Coast Academy getting up over the Mariners. They play the Sydney Swans Academy next week at Aurora. This is Vandervelde, the Flying Dutchman. Awkward drop of the kick there. Whiting had that wrapped up. Keegan Wiley come across. Whiting had that in the breadbasket. He was ready to take the chest mark. And coming right across in front was Keegan Wiley.
Vandervelde, he breaks a few tackles. Gets a short handball himself here towards Jake Smith. Back into congestion to Casey Brown. Inside out, right foot kick into the pocket. It'll probably be marked here in defence. No, it's not marked there by Bailey. It's off his fingertips out of bounds. About 20 metres around from the Launceston goal. Another inside 50. What are we up to this quarter, Groobs? Well, 7 inside 50s to 2 this quarter. And Clarence have kicked the only goal. And he just can't get through this strong Clarence defence. Boundary throw in. Falls short. O'Donoghue gets it down here towards Whiting. I think they might repeat that boundary throw in.
Yeah.
They will indeed.
No goals this quarter, Dave. Just 1 point to Clarence. So Launceston, they're just chipping away, but it's coming in points like that good test batsman just working in singles. The boundary throwing gets a secondary ball up. Taking the front spot was Siggins. The ball's going to come down at the front of the pack. The umpire looks to call play on. The ball's going to come out. There's Whiting. He's skirting around. Comes across to Shepherd. Corey Shepherd gives it back to Miller Hodge. The ball gets taken out of bounds, and there's going to be another boundary throw in. So plenty of play over here on the broadcast wing. A little bit of breeze, as Warney said, pushing towards the city end. So Launceston need to take charge. The boundary umpire's learned from his mistakes. He's coming about 3 metres. He's going to throw it over the head. Leadham and Siggins have had a great battle. I'm impressed with Leadham. He's taking it right up to the former AFL player in Siggins. Lonigan doing some heavy work inside. Therefore, Launceston, the ball's going to come out. Rundle, Taylor been busy, looks for Blackberry, ball cut off by Jake Cox, and another boundary throw in, Dave Moore.
How many stoppages have we had in this forward flank in this quarter?
Poor boundary umpire is getting plenty of practice, throwing into the wind.
But I mean, look where the 36 players are.
36 players
They're
are
not just in half the ground, they're in a quarter of the ground.
Quarter of the field at the moment.
Martin Duffy, our cameraman, he doesn't like it. He told me before he doesn't like this football.
It's amazing, isn't it, how it comes. Jake Cox gets this one from the boundary throw in. Over the top was Wall. He tried to take the impossible. Probably should have been a free kick to Launceston against him, but in the end it was Fisher. So Fisher Gives it out to Clarence in Bradford. Bradford gives it back to Siggins. It's a quick kick. Here's Callanan, what a superstar of Tassie footy is. Gives it to Speedy Stannon. Back to Fisher. Fisher breaks 50. A kick along the ground to Webberley. The coach wouldn't like that delivery. He ducks and he dives Webberley. Here's Shepherd. Gets it back to Gillow. Gillow gives it to Lonigan. Lonigan to Vandervelde. So Vandervelde standing under the ball was Williams. Here's Leedham. Leedham gives it back to Wright. Wright to Smith. Smith, left foot, nice kick. Leedham, oh, he drops a mark.
Good
Tries
work,
to find
Casey
Webberley.
Brown. Good smother.
It was great work there by Casey Brown. Shoved it off the ground there by Castle towards the boundary line. It's a 2-on-1. Now it's a 5-on-2. It's out of bounds.
But even that, though, like Jake Cox is away, you know, good sides, that would be at least a forward 50 entry.
It would
They've
be.
broken down at half forward again, and that's the issue probably at the moment. Just the skill level hasn't been great.
Well, that passage over here, 30 seconds ago, just proves that the skill level is pretty ordinary at the moment.
Could be a push in the back there on a Clarence player underneath the pack, but umpire says no. It'll be a ball up. And we've been playing 11 3/4 minutes in the second quarter. It's Clarence 20, Launceston 5. Clarence lead by 15 points. No goals yet in this second quarter. Here's Gillow. He's caught. He tries to break a tackle. He does get his hands free. He gets a handball away. But players tackled immediately. It'll be a ball up. So the Blues, a lot on the line for them today. They've improved in season 2017. They did get a toweling up by North Launceston here on Good Friday, but a great win last week at Lauderdale. Can they beat Clarence today? Here comes Cox. He dummies the handball, gets to 45. Jake Cox shoots on goal. Siggins marks in the square. He'll get 50, but it won't matter. He was right on the line. And this will be a certain goal for the Kangaroos. And just the class there of Jake Cox.
I was thinking then when Jake Cox got the ball, and I don't even remember, Dave, that preliminary final down at...
It's a goal to Siggins, by the way. Keep going, Macca.
That preliminary final down at... we covered down at Bellerive years ago against the...
Western Storm.
Remember that Jake Cox effort that nearly got them over the line? He he missed it though, didn't he?
Yep.
But I just remember that. He took about 5 of them on. He went left and he went right. And that little shimmy that he did there... He's been a good player over the years, of course, coming across from Glenorchy, Jake Cox. He'd have caused a few headaches back in your South Lonnie coaching days, Maxie.
He would have, yes. Can't keep a good player down for too long.
Just his kick at times lets him down, Jake Cox, and that's probably been his biggest downfall. Kicks a few helicopters, but he's running. And unfortunately, gives it across to Callanan, and Siggins just dribbles it through. Oh, my goodness. Let's check this one out on the replay, because that just came out of nowhere. Another mistake to Launceston. And it's absolute disaster for them at the moment. Vandervelde, he did all he could do. He took the mark. He looked to steady the ship, I called, and he's done anything but steady the ship. He's actually squared the ball up, hit Stannon right on the chest, gave it across to Callanan, and Siggins said, thank you very much, I'll go again.
2 goals in about 2 minutes for Siggins. Maxie?
Oh. It is, and that kick from Vandervelde, then it just replicates the 2 previous ones that he had. Not a lot of pressure, the previous ones either, and they were just...
Where was he going though, Maxie? There was actually no one there anyway.
No, I think he might be related to him.
Oh,
You'd have to be.
Back in the middle again. All of a sudden, Clarence are out by 27 points. City Park Radio 103.7.
Great tap.
Duff TV was a great tap. Tackle there laid on Lonigan.
He's got a nice little combo there, hasn't he, Leedham and Lonigan? They're going well.
Yep.
He goes towards the forward flank. A nicely weighted kick. Mark not taken there by Gillow. It's kicked off the ground, off towards the boundary line. It will roll over. Deliberate is called for. Deliberate is given. Didn't see the Clarence player that kicked it, but deemed deliberate by the umpire. Here's Brady Paulferman, TSL team of the week last week. Inside 50, they need a big mark here. O'Donoghue goes up, comes to ground. Whiting can't take possession.
About that rule at times. There was one yesterday, I think, was it Luke Hodge kicked it out in front of Isaac Smith. Isaac Smith was about a metre from the boundary line but didn't touch it. The ball went about 40 metres. Groob's nodding. He's in denial of Hawthorn's pathetic effort yesterday. He's got the black armbands on, Groobs.
Kicked out by Harper up towards the wing here, and Siggins is tackled. Drops the ball.
Jeez.
And it's out of bounds. A bit of afters there. Big Hamish Leedham.
I've been impressed with Leedham. Talking to state coach Anthony Taylor before the game, he's picked 5 ruckmen in the state squad of 46, but of course Bart McCulloch can play anywhere and Siggins is another one. But young Leedham, he's doing all he can in front of the state selectors today.
He's a late mature. He sort of was in the shadow of Joe Groenewegen for a while here at Windsor Park.
Did you have much to do with him up at the Storm, Max? Hamish Leadham or South Launceston?
No, not at South. I wasn't there with him, but when Storm started, he trained with Storm in the first pre-season in, 2014?
Yep.
Can't do so. He convulses on the ground. Maybe a ball up right on centre wing. Clarence, 2 goals this quarter. They lead by 27 points. We're nearly up to the 17-minute mark. O'Donoghue gets the tap. Congested play once again. Here's a chance for the Blues, though. It's intercepted by Webley. He slips over. Bit of volleyball happening. Out to Thomas Shepherd. Here's a chance for the Blues.
Oh, terrible.
Another great handball towards Williams. Puts him under pressure. He's caught with the ball. He shovels it out eventually. And it's going to be a ball up inside the centre square. Skill level once again.
Well, what? No, that's not even skill level. That's decision-making, Maxie.
It was.
Left foot coming out, and he's given it back to a bloke who had Trent standing right on his hammer.
Yep, within fingernail distance he was.
Yeah.
And, you can't do that. Just getting back to Leadham. He spent a fair bit of time in the twos last year.
Yeah, he did.
What he's done over pre-seasons to get to the state squad, it's a pretty remarkable effort, so well done to the boy.
Now, there's a free kick here against Miller Hodge. It'll go to Gabby Chambers. It's too far out to score. He's in the front edge of the centre square. Low ball, smothered there by Blackberry, out towards the pocket. Chance, though, for Stan, and if he gets possession, he's got Siggins in support if he wants him. He goes inboard, and he finds Tyson Hanslow. He's too far out to score. Corey Shepherd on the mark. He goes quickly now, inside 50, flies one, and Jake Cox at the back, but a good mark by Alec Wright, deep in defence.
Alec Wright, let's hope he can steady the ship. Oh, he gives it to Van der Velde. Oh, a little bit jittery. Don't come back inboard, son. Just kick it down the line, strong.
A blue
long
jumper.
and strong.
A blue jumper. That's all you got to kick it to.
That's what he's done. He's kicked it straight to the opposition, this time in Wade Wall. So maybe someone just needs to run past Van der Velde for the handball next time, Maxie.
Yeah, or just give him a spell on the bench and have a chat to him.
Clarence through Webley, gets tackled. He gets tackled twice, and that's
Great
got to be
tackle.
holding the footy. He was put under the pump by Harper. Jake Smith was the recipient. Here's Sonny Whiting. Bailey's right on him. He's too tall. He's too strong, Bailey, at the moment. Just an old-fashioned defender. Sonny Whiting given up. He's given up, Sonny Whiting. We need to see better than that, Sonny. Come on. Jason Bailey gets the ball back. He's in Sonny Whiting's head at the moment. Whiting looks for the free kick. Pushed in the back. He's going to be caught holding the footy. The umpire's circling, and there it is. My goodness gracious, Sonny Whiting. If you want to look at the replay, Maxie, you saw it. I saw it. Terrible body language.
And everybody else saw it.
Yeah, there we go.
State coach included.
This is Clarence are on top now, 10-8. Thank you, Dave Gruber, best in the business. Straightest lines I've ever seen on the tallies. The umpire, he's had a big quarter, the umpire on this side of the ground this quarter. He's been best on. Noddy O'Donoghue gives it down to Van der Velde. Ball comes back in through Alec Wright. He's got to defend, and he does, but all he's going to find, though, is Brady Jones on Ruller. Kelly Mance. We haven't seen much of Ruller today. He's got the speed on Brady Jones, who is looking for deliberate, but I think that's asking a little bit. And Launceston take the ball outside, attacking 50, defensive 50, up to the interchange box area on the far side of the ground.
Clarence by 27 points at Windsor Park. Match of the round in TSL footy, boundary throw in. It's over the back. Chance there. Good tackle laid by the Clarence player there, and Braden Dart, who I haven't seen much of today. He gets the free kick.
Yeah, throwing the footy in the end against Gillow.
Dart now. There's a dog down below us barking.
Let's hope it doesn't run on the ground like last week's TSL battle.
Player tackle the ground there, might be Chambers.
Jesus, 3 dogs, Dave.
It's a herd.
Is that what you call it? A herd of dogs? A pack of dogs? A pack of wolves?
They look a bit like cattle too, though.
Jeepers, look at them.
They're well fed.
Oh, mate, looks like he's come down from the hills too. He's got the flanny on. He's got his 3 dogs, and off he goes.
O'Donoghue kicks out of congestion. Up here towards wing to Jakey Nunn. Tries to take possession, he can't do so. Kicked up here by Clarence towards Stanton, but doing well there. I think it's Williams taking the mark. We might just turn the effects mic down just for a moment.
Jeepers, Dave. What's going on here? I thought I was out of White City, back at the ground, Dave Gruber.
That's it, as Williams has possession on defensive 50, right on the boundary line. Goes long up the wing. And spills over the back. Kicked forward by Wiley, I think it is, out of bounds on the full. A long time since Launceston hadn't scored a goal in a quarter at Windsor Park. We have to go back a fair way, I think, to see a stat like that, but it's shaping up at the moment. We're at the 20.
Goal and a half, David.
Goal and a half, did I say a quarter? Yes, goal
A
and a
little
half.
sheet of rain coming across the ground, David.
A little bit of drizzle.
A little bit of
Vanderbilt.
precipitation.
Was that forecast, Dave?
No, it wasn't. Vanderbilt.
Late shower was forecast, David.
Not late yet as Siggins takes the
It's
mark on
late
the wing.
enough.
Out to Webley. Webley takes possession. It's a force 40 by the Blues. Taylor's there. Jones.
He's a good size. He's going to have the defensive kick. Clarence would love another one here just to put a little nail in the coffin in the first half. Alec Wright, that is a terrible kick. It's skewed off the side of the boot. Gillo's under the pump. 3 players. He bumps off like a Dodgem car. Gives it over to Rundle. We haven't seen much of him today either. So Rundle finds none, playing forward again this week. Gives it across to Shepherd. Here for Launceston inside 50s, Casey Brown. Nice kick inside 50, looking for White. He pushes in the back, but he goes up, he takes the mark. The umpire saw it. It was Taylor goes inside 50 to the hot spot. It's not going to come out. It does at this stage out the back. Here's Whiting. Let's see what he can do. Sonny Whiting special! He's got one, Maxie. He's been trying all day, Sonny Whiting. And he come out of the back like a little rabbit, and he snapped it over the left shoulder, and it's a goal. Launceston, they're up and about 2 in a row. Just exactly what we called, and Sonny Whiting got the goal he needs.
It's a great game footy, isn't it? Like Launceston haven't looked like it was a 5-goal deficit 10 minutes ago, and now it's 15 points or whatever it may be.
It took to the 22-minute mark of the second quarter for them to kick one, and now they've kicked 2 in 4 minutes. That
was just a class goal, wasn't it? I mean, that's knowing your home ground, knowing where you are in the field, and just executing it beautifully.
Good to see 6, 7, 8 guys get around into.
Jeez, we've seen the good and the bad, though, haven't we?
That's it. We're back in the centre. Can they steal another one? The Blues. It's heavy contest inside the centre square. Handball over the top from Siggins. Chance here for Webley. He's tackled heavily. They've lifted the Blues. Shoveled out here towards Rundle. Handball to Boyce. Boyce slow kick up here looking for none, but great mark by Keegan Wiley. Some great efforts in this first half. He hasn't had a lot of possessions, Keegan Wiley, but
Keegan Wiley
ever dependable down there in the back line. He gets a short pass marked by Chambers. Could be 50 here, is it? Joey Boyce is encroached.
I was about to say the worst thing Launceston could do now is actually give Clarence another goal, Max, with only a couple of minutes left in the quarter, if that.
Absolutely. And whilst it probably won't bring him into scoring range, it'll be interesting to see how many Lonnie guys float back.
I'm watching Hamish Leadham here. Hamish Leadham is the ruckman. He's got to get inside the defensive 50, Max. He's standing with his hands on his knees at the top of the square. Hamish, get inside 50.
Handball now, kick inside 50. Chance here for Hanslow. He got position nicely. He read it well.
And guess what? There's no big man there to make us fall.
You picked it, Macca.
Oh, well, is it inexperience? Is it because he's
he might be spent.
Is he spent?
Yep.
Well, he is spent. He's still got hands on knees.
Yeah, but geez, you can't do that. You could just tell the script.
Tyson Hanslow read that one well. He lost body contact with the Blues defenders. We're all at sea. He's about 25 metres out directly in front. Tyson Hanslow. He's converted the goal. And that's a crucial goal to Clarence just before half-time. They go to...
On this occasion, comes down to Geordie Harris. The ball's going to go over. So Leadham, being good in those centre hit-outs. He taps it down to himself virtually. And then delves it inside forward 50. So Launceston, they were kicked 2 in a row. It took them nearly 2 quarters to kick their first, but they've given another goal up to Clarence. Oh, what a mark there by the Clarence player in Tyson Hanslow. He's been up and about the boy. That is a great grab. Put that one on the highlights, real Duff. That was a ripper, and there's the siren. So that last goal is an absolute crucial there to Clarence. And it's at half-time. Clarence 6-2-38, leading Launceston 2-6-18. Goal kickers for Clarence, Siggins 2 in that quarter, Blackburn 2, Aidan Grace 1, who's now off injured, and Tyson Hanslow just took an absolute speck. Here it is on the replay. He's up and about, the Tyson Hanslow. So just repeating, Siggins 2, Blackburn 2, Grace 1, and Hanslow 1 for Clarence, and for Launceston, Sonny Whiting and Jay Blackberry.
Well, Michael, just before we go back to the studio for a few messages, really quiet sort of first half of that quarter, but it sort of lifted in that last 5-10 minutes, didn't it?
It did. Like, it was a very lacklustre game, like you say, Dave, for that first, well, certainly the first half of that quarter. And Launceston, I'll be interested to see Dave's stats inside 50. They're getting plenty of the ball, but they're just butchering it. And against a quality club like Clarence, you can't afford to do that. You must make the most of every opportunity you get, and at the moment Launceston aren't, whereas you'd say Clarence is, and that's probably the difference.
Depending on the fitness levels of teams, we'll see in the AFL when they play that press-up game, you've got to be really fit. So I expect this second half, depending on this weather that's coming in, to really open up a little bit. Now, whether that's going to suit a Launceston or not, I don't know, but to play that sort of game where you're just getting so many numbers of the footy and they're pressing up, you're doing a fair bit of unrewarded running. So whether it's in the third quarter or in the last, the game tends to open up, and I think that's probably what we saw in the last 5 minutes. The game opened up a little bit.
Okay, we've got to get back to the message, to the studio for some messages. We might have a quick look at the stats, Macca, while you got them there.
Very quickly, in that quarter, it was Launceston through Leadham, 18 hit-outs to 6. The clearances, Launceston came back in that quarter after getting smashed early. They...
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough?
Yes,
This
one
is
more,
not
thanks,
just a
Stuart.
game. This is the Tasmanian State League.
Yes, one more.
Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack.
Grace obviously taking no further part in the game. Any other concerns that you noticed in the first half?
For both sides it's looking pretty good apart from Grace, so he's out for the game. He did look very, very ordinary walking off the ground for half time, so he needed some help getting across the ground, so I think that I wouldn't be surprised if he's already had his shower.
No worries. Thanks, Warnie, and thanks, Fitzy, and we'll hear from you during the second half.
No worries.
Okay, thanks to the Launceston stats guys who have given us the individual stats for the Lonnie players to half time. Jake Smith, 16 possessions, 16 possessions with 5 in the first quarter, 11 in the second quarter. Jay Blackberry, 16, Hamish Leedham, 14, Sam Lonigan, 11, Brian Taylor, 10. The major possession winners there in the first half for the Blues. So we're about to enter the second half of action. Mac, what are you expecting?
Well, as I said just before we went to the break, I reckon the game will open up a little bit in this second half. If Launceston can find some space and just stop stuffing around with the footy and turning it over, they should be a couple of goals closer than what they are. Both goals they missed, but also Clarence got a couple of cheap ones, especially that last one, where we were pretty critical of young Hamish Leedham, who might add has been pretty good again today, up against Sam Siggins and Wade Wall. So look, if Launceston can get their hands on the footy again, which they are, if their forwards can just get a bit better structure and help each other a little bit, I get the feeling that probably Ruller and Sonny, knowing what sort of people they are at times, they're playing a little bit selfish, I think, and they need to actually work together, block for each other, Maxi, and actually get one off, because at the moment they've both got their opponent right up their backside. They need to block for each other so they can get off their opponents, because they're both quick enough. It's Walls there as well for Clarence, following up from the ruck. Clarence got the ball, looks in forward, and here is finding Henslow. The umpire says not 15, play on.
I reckon it was 20.
It was a couple they played here before from Callanan, but one of those tricky ones. Henslow, he's been everywhere at the moment, Tyson Henslow.
Impressive.
It's Siggins up against Leedham, follows up, gets the ball to Rundle, gives a handball to Kelly Mansell, over the top to Polframan. Polframan, bit of a hack kick forward. Whiting, he's going to want a good bounce, and he might get it too. Sonny Whiting gets away from his opponent in bay. He's got Kelly Mansell inside. He goes back to Shepherd. Shepherd tries to come back to Sonny Whiting. Kelly Mansell was exactly what we said. He was off his opponent inside forward 50. They just could not get him the ball. And Sonny Whiting got the bounce he required.
And a poor handball there by Shepherd too.
Yeah.
He just had that 1 second to steady. He could have got it back to Whiting.
Done that a bit today, Launceston. Ball's thrown in here on the broadcast wing. Siggins gets rid of Leedham, as does Wall gets rid of Vanderveld. Couldn't believe Vanderveld's only 17, Dave. He's a youngster, so they were a little bit hard on him there earlier on, only being young. Brady Jones fighting in, gets the ball over the top, well tackled. Blackberry, no. The umpire says the initial one was a little bit high. And it's going to be Gabe Chambers going to take the free kick for Clarence.
He's had a good game, Macca.
He has. He's a very solid player. He normally gets that tagging job. Looks like he might have moved on to Blackberry. So Vanderveld's going to be up. Flying high is Wall at the back. Hutchinson gives it over the top. Here to Casey Brown. He's away, comes back in, does a bit of a U-turn. Not bad play there, but the turnover of the kick's the killer. Here's Jake Smith. He's going to come back in board to none. He could have given the handball. He chose not to, and now he's going to be caught holding the football.
First option.
First option. He had it there, didn't he? Castle, inside 50, finds over there the goal kicker from the first half. I think it's Blackburn. Looks like Blackburn, Fozzie.
It is indeed. He's got a long run up happening again.
He's kicked 2. He's got the match up on Boyce still. He has gone back to the interchange box area. That is the longest run-up I've seen here at Windsor Park.
That's 40 metres off the mark.
Well, it's 40 metres off the 50. They're no good for the commentators because they look the same.
Williams over to Casey Brown, who's worked his way into this game. Nice move there before. Kicks up the wing. Not a good one on this occasion over the head of Thomas Shepherd. Out of bounds on the full. Zachary Mastrocola will take the resultant free kick. He goes short as well. And he finds Callanan, who's been a bit quiet today.
Just does enough.
Oh, he's kick smothered there by Casey Brown. Chance here for the Blues. Picked up by Thomas Shepherd. His handball's no good. It's out of bounds. Front of the light tower. Over there on the far side of the ground. 6-3-39 Clarence leading the Blues by 21 points. Round 5 TSL match of the round. We'll see if we can get a score in Burnie North Launceston, which is getting underway quite soon. course,
Bernie Glenorchy.
Bernie Glenorchy, thank you. Of course, big win last night to North Launceston. Also a win to Lauderdale over the Hobart City Demons yesterday. As Brady Jones takes it, he's chicken wing with one arm, but he gets it away. Siggins over to Gaby Chambers. Chambers into the pocket. It might float out of bounds on the full. Let's see. No, it's a throw in. Just bounced a millimetre inside. So he's on that forward flank for Clarence. How do you see it early, Maxie?
No, it's going all right at the moment, and look, this is what Macca spoke about as well. Will one side take over the control of the game? And at the moment, Clarence in this first 5 minutes dominated. I don't think he's been inside Launceston's 50 once.
Ball comes to the front to lead him. He gets a handball away. Slight fumble there by Blackberry. Tries to tunnel it out. Chambers again. Had a great game today. Here's Cox showing his class. His kick smothered though by Lonigan. Tries to get it back again. It's out of bounds. Smacker.
Half time in the AFL, Dave. Essendon 4-8-32 leading the Demons 4-6-30. So a close one there. And as Kanga alluded to before, great to see Tommy Bell-Chambers back in the Essendon lineup after many, many days being out through injury and also the suspension.
Spent a couple of minutes in this area of the ground. Here's a chance now for Paul Freeman off his left foot. No one in particular. James Holmes takes the mark. He's on centre wing.
Oh, that's 50 as well.
Yes, O'Donoghue, is it? Is he going to have to come back? I'm not sure. Yes, he is. Encroached over the mark, took a step too far.
It's like the umpire didn't want to call it because he knew he didn't mean it, but he had to because that's the rules. This is going to be another gift goal to Clarence through, who did we say it was?
James Holmes.
James Hunt. Quarter in that one there.
Take 2 goals off and it's a close ball game. Whereas those 2 goals just widen the margin, and they're looking a little bit despondent at the moment, the Blues. They're just taking, I think it's taking a bit out of them.
That last 50 in that second quarter, because they were up and about for about 5 minutes in the last second quarter before half time. Siggins thumps it down only as far as Pulfreman, gives it out the back to Rundle, goes handball to Lonigan over the back to Pulfreman. Pulfreman gives it over to Shepherd. The ball's bouncing around. No clean handballs at the moment. Here's Pulfreman, left and right. He gets the ball, hacks it inside 50, looking for Gillow. But it's repelled by Clarence. Good tackle. Gillow, umpire unsighted. But he's called him a throw. Probably holding the ball before the throw. So Gillow. Gillow, let's see if he can get some penetration on his kick. He's got none on the lead. He ignores him. No, he doesn't. He goes for him. Just over the back. Well done there by Mastrocola. How do you say that? Mastrocola. There we go. Here's Rolla Kelly Manson. I know how to say his name. Over the back to Boyce. Boyce to Taylor. Taylor goes right back to Rolla Kelly Manson. Got him lining up in the middle of the ground. Tries to find Shepherd, but standing over the top. There's that kick again. Launceston killing them. Here's Siggins from defensive 50. Goes up. Jake Cox pushed under the ball there by Williams. Here's Hutchinson. Inside 50. Gives it to Jake Smith. And they set again.
You're right the first time it was Williams, Macca.
Williams. They're both there. The ball-heading brothers. I always get them confused. Here's Rundle. Donohue's got to lead up at the footy. Rundle, he goes across the ground. Oh, great mark. Under a heap of pressure there by Corey Shepherd. And Corey Shepherd's going to be paid the mark or the free kick. Take your choice. O'Donoghue's got to create space behind. Here he goes, the big Nod. He leads. They've got to keep going. Nod, don't go back into the pocket. Here's O'Donoghue, but it's going to drop short. Uncontested mark taken by Keegan Wiley, who looks to have a different fonted number on his jumper, Fozzie. Can you sort that one out for me?
I can indeed.
He gives it across to Weberley.
Weberley clears out of half-back, and here's Alex Wright. He can pick it up, he can screw it inside 50, here towards Nunn, who flies high. O'Donoghue, here's a chance now for the Blues. Rolla Kelly Mansell pursues the ball, he picks it up. He has support from Rundle, who snaps across the face, out of bounds on the full. He tried the check side, it just didn't hit the boot correct to Launceston. And Launceston in front of the hit-outs again. Leadham does get the hit out nicely to Rundle. Rundle, quick left foot kick inside 50, it bounces. Tried to be knocked away there by Carsey, doesn't get full purchase on it. Wrestled to the ground there, a Clarence player. How's the umpire going to see this? It's a ball up about 25 metres out.
You're right about O'Donoghue. He's getting in the way at the moment. O'Donoghue, he might as well sit back behind the footy, to be honest, because at the moment he's getting in the way of the forwards.
He is, and he's not real mobile. I reckon he's got a bit of trouble with that hamstring. It's been taped from the beginning, and just even then,
no chase.
Take it out of a walk.
Great work from Ling out to Harper. Down the wing to Standen. Standen goes this way, that away, and kicks off a step. Up here towards Cox. He can't get front positions, out of bounds.
Yeah.
Now, Adam Child has got a comment to make, I think, in the boundary about the fonts on the jumpers. Warning. We got you there, Warnie?
Yeah, so just had a bit of a look at these jumpers here. The BLK jumpers that the boys were sponsored in last year, it looks like quite a few of the boys are still wearing those ones, and some have got the ISC.
I tell you what,
sponsors
Warnie,
on
they've
there.
got to get it right, mate, because the fonts are driving me nuts.
The black outline is a little bit worrying.
Here's a chance now on the run from Fisher. From 25, he's missed to the right. One behind for Clarence.
We cover all the big issues here at City Park Radio, including the fonted numbers on the jumpers.
7-4-46 Clarence. Launceston 2-6-18. Matthew McGee.
It's that bald-headed bloke Hutchinson gives it over to Van der Velde.
Please give it to someone again.
Oh, handball, please. Here it goes. It's up in the air. It's going to bring rain. Alec Wright's taken out of the contest, but the umpire says it's okay. And coming inboard now, Clarence gets it through Bradford. So Bradford takes the mark, 60 metres out from goal. Clarence in charge here at the moment. 2-6-18, Launceston trailing Clarence 7-4-46. The ball comes in, Bradford looking for Fisher. It's a good mark, Van der Velde. That's one thing he can do, but this is where you need the little someone running past him just to so he doesn't have to kick it.
Give it to Jake Smith.
Because he's not much of a kick himself, Jake Smith, but that's probably one of his better efforts. Looking up here for Wright. Wright gives it over the top to Shepherd. Shepherd out the back to Wright. Wright kicks it up in the air. This is hopeless football for Launceston because no one
tonight, and just
hope he does it with the sound up, not sound down.
Absolutely.
Listens to our expert commentary, Maxie Walker. Here's Brendan Taylor. He takes a back seat though. Clarence just look to want the footy at the moment. They're first there. Launceston laying a lot of tackles, and there's one that's going to be rewarded from the umpire. So Brendan Taylor followed up. Brendan Taylor comes out. He finds Geordie Harris. I reckon we've called him once or twice today, and that's about all. So Geordie Harris not having the prolific. He needs to play on. Maxie Walker's telling him. He goes left and right. Past his opponent there for Clarence in Holmes, but it's a terrible kick. Getting the ball for Clarence was Wall. Wall over the top to Gabe Chambers. Gabe Chambers in the stand and play on. This is what Launceston need to do. Goes to Callanan. Look at the left foot, Callanan, and he spots up and he finds Blackburn. So Blackburn, he's been getting in behind the Launceston defence all day. What about the left foot, Callanan?
Isn't it great for Wade Wall this year, Mac? He's been carrying the ruck for Clarence in recent seasons with Siggins on board. It frees him up to play other roles.
Yeah, he's sort of playing that centre-half back, centre-half forward role, a little bit in the ruck when Siggins goes forward. But take you back to that left foot, Callanan. Have a look at this on the replay. And he's won the Tassie medal. He's won the Sandford McGarry medal. He's played for the Adelaide Crows. And isn't it great to have him back in Tassie here playing for the TSL?
It's be good to have a few more watching today.
That's right.
A bit disappointing.
They're all home watching on the YouTube, no doubt.
Without question.
Here's Blackburn. Here's Blackburn. He's kicked a couple. He's missed one. He's taken a shorter run up, a little stab, and this time the umpire doesn't move. He gives it the double python, and they're up and about now, Clarence. They go around to 8-5-53. Clarence trailing Launceston 2-6-18. That is 3 goals to Blackburn.
He's presented well, Michael Walker, hasn't he, Blackburn, this afternoon?
Yeah, he has. He's certainly been their focal forward up on that last line of defence for Launceston, and
it tends to happen though, doesn't it, Maxie, where you've got big forwards, like Standen and your Callanans and Webley's up there. The Blackburn gets in underneath, and he's kicked 3.
You would, and you'd think Stanton would be a more focal target, but he's hitting up the ground a long way, and he's staying. Blackburn's just staying home and getting the rewards.
Margin's 35 points. It's in dangerous proportions now for the Blues. They need some goals. They need them quickly. We've been playing 15 minutes nearly in this third quarter. Launceston 2-6, Clarence 8-5. Lead them this time.
Wall into the ruck.
Yep, as Cox now gets a quick kick forward here. Standing 70 metres around from Clarence's goal on the western side of the ground. Bounty throw in. Wall at the front position. Gets it to his feet. Can they clear congestion here as Fisher tries to handball it to Chambers. In fact, it's off somebody's boot over there. It's out of bounds on the full. Brady Polferman will take the resulting free kick. Deep in defence. His eyes are darting. He will end up going up the line here. Yes, he will. Long kick. O'Donoghue's there. So is Wiley. Nobody can take the mark. Matty Ling takes it. He's tackled. Tackled illegally. No, it's a boundary throw-in.
Launceston have had to do that too often today, haven't they? Just long up the line, whereas Clarence, when they've needed to, they kick it, but they kick it hard and long.
When we have Sunday games, Max, I always like to look at the local scores in the paper and make notice of one. It's normally South Burnie and Rowan Baldock in the past couple of years where he's just kicked hundreds of goals. The one I want to make notice of today was the Queenstown Yolla score. Did you see that? Queenstown snuck through a lazy 50 goals yesterday. 300-odd points to Yolla 117.
On the gravel?
On the gravel, yeah, 117 Yolla, so a tough trip back, but 50 goals in a game. Toby Lutwidge kicked 14 and didn't get to mention the best players. Unfortunately, Toby Lutwidge, team player. But yeah, that was the highest score I saw in the paper today. Queenstown, 50 goals. So we'll keep our eye when we do these Sunday games. Just a little score in the paper, Maxie. Keep your eye out for the biggest score in Tassie for the day.
I'll have to. That's about one every 2 minutes.
There was some big goals down there on the gravel at Queenstown. Not much happening here at the moment as Launceston try and hold up play. The umpire's going to call a throw or holding the footy, and the free kick's going to go to Jared Harper for Clarence, about 60 metres out, kicking towards the city end. So Harper, it's a nice long kick. It's a good size Harper. It's Vandervelde versus Siggins. And the youngster in Vandervelde does a great job to repel the attack.
And he's doing all right. It's just his disposal just let him down.
Yeah.
But like you say, 17, 18 years old, hasn't played a lot of footy. So, yeah.
Yeah, the young local product.
He's impressive against Mitch Thorpe in round one.
He was, wasn't he, before Thorpe was injured. O'Donoghue in the ruck, gives it down to Boyce. Boyce looks for Miller Hodge. Back on the ground, there's Weberly fighting hard for Clarence, as is Callanan at the back of the pack. Ball comes out to Boyce by hands, gives it to someone. Go along to 8-6-54, leading Launceston 2-6-18.
Okay, we've been playing some 19 minutes in this third quarter here. You're listening to City Park Radio 103.7 and via the live stream Duff TV, the Southern Cross TSL. There's Corey Shepherd has it, deep in defence, fakes the handball, kicks wide. Looking over here for Alec Wright, who's got a task. Standen rises high, can't quite take it. Thomas Shepherd gets clear, does he? Yes, he gets a handball away towards Wright. Tries to pal in front of him, the experience they'll Standen once again. Handball's inside to Matthew Ling. Ling to the pocket. Lining up once again is Blackburn. He's taken on his chest. And he's taken a few marks today in that very pocket. Now he's thinking about playing on.
Well, he can't go back too far this time because he'd have to open the gate and go back towards the club rooms, Maxie. So this might... He's going to come back around the boundary line for his 40-metre run-up. Open the gate for someone, please, Mr. Blackburn.
And if he kicks this one, it's probably shut the gate.
It is shut the gate, I think. This will take them well and truly. Launceston have only kicked 2 goals for the game. It took them to the 22-minute mark of the second quarter to kick their first, and they've only kicked another one since then.
He might swing around here. He's going through the routine. He raises the ball in the air.
Bit of Ben Brown-like.
Here he comes. For his fourth, Michael Blackburn. It's across the face. It may not even score. It does. It sneaks in for one behind. Clarence 8-7-55. Launceston 2-6-18. And we're up to the 20-minute mark. They have any chance, they must kick a couple of goals in this last few minutes to try and get the margin within 5 goals at three-quarter time.
You're hopeful, Dave Moore.
I am. I'm looking at the positive side here as Jake Smith takes the mark. Sums up his options.
I really can't see it happening, Dave.
Well, they haven't done the run, have they? And look, Clarence are well organised, aren't they, in defensive role? They're playing that set zone there for pushing right up the ground.
Thomas Shepherd gets it only as far there as Zach Mastricol, who takes the mark on the wing. Be a really interesting contest next game on the TSL live stream between Clarence and Glenorchy. We'll get back to it in a moment. Inside 50 again. Off hands, there's Williams. Takes possession. He's met by a wall of Clarence players. Is he going to be caught holding the ball? No, it's out of bounds. But that'll be a really interesting clash.
Where's that one at? KG5 or is it at Bill Reeve?
Not sure. But still,
no,
it'll be a real test for Clarence.
Speaking of Glenorchy, I'll get you an early score from down the road at West Park.
As Macca looks up the TSL app.
Early on, Glenorchy 3-2-20, leading Burnie 1 behind.
Burnie, they missed an opportunity to beat Hobart City there.
Last week?
Yeah, last week.
Down at
Queenborough.
Down at Queenborough, Maxie. Did you do some of your best work at Queenborough Oval back in the day?
Queenborough. What a lovely day in the wet it is there.
It was a beautiful day last week. And the Dockers just couldn't quite get over the line. The kick comes out towards half-back. It's out of bounds on the full once again. Matthew McGee for City Park Radio. And
Ground would have been a little bit small for you, Maxie Walker, Queenborough.
Oh,
a little bit tight, I reckon.
It was okay.
A little bit tight. You like it out wide.
I did.
Gives it to Cox. Cox goes inside 50 and finds Callanan. Miller Hodge tried play on. Here's Callanan, left foot floater. It's fighting to the goal line. It hits the post. So Callanan, young Miller Hodge, he knew he was up against the star there. Here's a kick out by Launceston. It only just found Stuart Williams. Williams comes out, another up and under kick. They're really struggling to get any momentum at the moment. Launceston, Geordie Harris tries his hardest, gives it back to Rulla Kelly Mansell, gives it to Shepherd, and Shepherd gets tackled. Launceston going nowhere quickly. These up and under kicks, they are under immense pressure. When they do have time, they seem to be making poor decisions.
Inside 50, 17-5 in this third quarter.
17-5. Launceston have not come to play after the half-time. Kicked along the ground by Clarence, and the ball's going to be thrown in.
And those 5 inside 50s would have had to have been probably in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think they've had it past halfway for the last
Dave
15
Gruber
minutes.
nods. He nods, the statistician. You're listening to City Park Radio 103.7 or via the on live stream, AFL Tas Duff TV. Here's Sammy Lonigan. This is where they need to go. Launceston. Here's Jake Smith, left foot kick, looking for Thomas Shepherd. He's out in front of Webberley, who's bearing down in. The ball's getting close to the boundary, and Shepherd's happy for it to go over the line. So there, once again, just to break down the chain. They just cannot get any fluency in play from half back to half forward. It breaks down somewhere either through poor skill or poor decision-making, Launceston.
And I can't see anyone being able to carry the ball and break a line.
Haven't scored.
Yeah, Launceston haven't scored this quarter.
Haven't scored. Here's Whiting, though. He's right up on centre wing, Sonny Whiting. He's looking for the 50.
He's
I think
getting
he's
it.
found it.
He's milked
He
it.
made it known to the umpire. That's exactly what Launceston did to Clarence, and Wade Wall's got to push back. Sorry, not Wade Wall. Jason Bailey's got to push back. That is the shortest 50 I've ever seen. That is 30 metres. 30-metre penalty. That's a new rule here in TSL footy. Sonny Whiting goes inside 50, looking for Gillow and Nunn. Nunn down the front, taken by Brendan Taylor. He snaps. Well done. Always are.
5 goals in a quarter of footy these days. You can make up that margin. They haven't been playing well enough.
They'll have a
Said
slight breeze in the last 2 days.
But if they can just sneak another goal, as they did in the second quarter.
Stick with us.
First goal there to James Gillow, young player, St Patrick's College student, year 12. As the bounce, beautiful bounce by the umpire. Leadham gets it down towards Lonigan. He gets it a second time. In fact, that was Rundle. Up towards half forward. Clean bowls Taylor. Rather Kelly Mansell can't pick it up. Good work by Castle. Here's Taylor again. Good work, Brendan Taylor. He's on 50. Short pass to Whiting. It's just a finger, I think, in there by Bailey. Floats over the boundary line. Bailey gives Whiting a shove. No free kick.
He's looking for the easy one, Sonny, isn't he? Looking for the little one. He just had to keep coming out the footy. He stopped and propped. Taylor just missed his target, and Bailey's done a terrific job today.
And
Can't
he's
be-
really wanting everyone else to do the work for him today.
Can't
Yeah.
be long to go in this third quarter. Blues deep in attack. They desperately need a goal before three-quarter time. Here's a chance for Taylor. He's almost taken off in there by Castle. Here he goes. Short handball. Kick forward there by Ling up the wing. Wade Wall can't take the mark. Alex Wright loses
Hold it
possession.
away, Jake Cox.
Bradford just loses possession at the crucial moment. Well done, Hutchison. His handballs to nobody in particular. He tried to find Jake Smith. Wade Wall dives on the ball. It's going to be a ball up. I suspect, yes, it will. Macca?
If Jake Cox could have got the ball over the top, then he had 60 metres between him and the goals, and there was no one there. He would have been off to the races. See you later. Goodbye.
Clarence by 32. Siggins and Leadham again. No clear possession, although Cox, a good handball out to Bradford. Only goes as far though as Wright. He spins out well. He's a good young player, that Wright, Alec Wright there in defence. Blackberry, he gets up to the wing. Holmes can't take the mark. Taylor's there. And whether we've got time for another score, I doubt, as we're at the 26.5-minute mark. Matthew McGee, take us through to three-quarter time.
Here we go. You're listening to City Park Radio 103.7, about to tick over the 27-minute mark. It's Leadham down to Taylor. The umpire says there's a free kick, and it goes Siggins' way. So you can see that. I've always said I wouldn't like to be a ruckman maxi, and I'll never have the opportunity to be, because the umpires just pull out these free kicks from ruck hit-outs and never know where they're going. It comes down to Siggins. He pumps it inside 50. Does well there. Hutchsmith goes backwards. Kicks it straight to Clarence. They're away, Clarence. Here's Webberley. Does a little U-turn. Comes back in forward and finds Fisher. 1-2 bites of the cherry, and Fisher takes it. Inside 50. Callanan over the top. Just on fingertips. Well done there by Launceston. Gives the ball over, looking for Miller Hodge. So Hodge, he's going to go though, because Clarence is right down beside him, and he looks to go to the boundary, and this will be deliberate, umpire. Untouched. The umpire says no, it's not. That's the ones that they call in the AFL if it's untouched out of the defensive 50.
Called an earlier one, same spot.
Same spot. My word, Callanan, he could have said the goodbye nurse there. Just fingertipped at Callanan, could not quite get his full mitt to it. Ball's thrown in. Siggins and Leadham, we've called that a bit today. This is down to Jay Blackberry. He's had plenty of touches, but hasn't done much with them. Excellent work by Fisher. As a little bit of rain comes across the ground, or a little bit of fog or something, Dave Moore. You're the weather expert. That was Master Kohler there, in fact, doing the good work in the defensive 50. So there's three-quarter time, and it's Clarence 8-8-56, leading Launceston 3-6-24. The goal kickers, Clarence, singles to Hanslow, Grace, Holmes. 2 goals to Sam Siggins, and the major goal scorer, he's been dangerous all day, is Michael Blackburn. He's kicked 3. For Launceston, Sonny Whiting 1, Jay Blackberry 1, and James Gillow the last goal of the third quarter.
And Michael Walker, Clarence in control that quarter. They pretty much dominated. Launceston very few inside 50s. They did manage to scrape a goal towards the end of the quarter, but Clarence on top.
They are, Dave, they are, and everything Launceston's trying to do just isn't coming off for them today. Started off all right in that first quarter. There were some good passages of play, but here now it's three-quarter time. Look, our margin of 6 goals or whatever's looking pretty good at present, but Clarence certainly running all over them. I'm just noticing here, I'm not quite sure what Clarence are doing here with Webley, just taking his players away from the support staff at three-quarter time, walking to centre-half forward.
Walking back.
Yeah, not quite sure. Don't usually see anything like that.
We saw Clarence at the start of the game, didn't we? They did like virtually match simulation, 12 on 12 or whatever it was there, and now...
Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up and let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight.
That's an amazing stat. In that quarter, it was 4-0 as far as in the favour of Clarence. Shots on goal, 8-2 in that quarter, and free kicks, 8 to Clarence, 5 to Launceston. Macca.
Yeah, well, it was all Clarence, sorry, wasn't it, that quarter? And as you said, the inside 50, just so much of the footy. Individual stats to three-quarter time for the Launceston Football Club. Jake Smith's had 23. Jay Blackberry's also had 23, 17 kicks and 6 handballs. Brendan Taylor has been, fairly consistent, but just made a couple of mistakes. Brendan Taylor, 16 possessions. Polframan, 16 possessions. And Leadham, 15 disposals with 32 hit-outs.
And we thank the Lonnie Stats boys there, Damien Donnelly and Darren Lovell, for those Launceston stats. And thanks once again, of course, to Dave Brewer, who's done a great job with those team stats. Michael, I think the margin's too big for Lonnie to mount a comeback, but what do they need to do in this last quarter?
Sorry, Dave. Yep. I think what Lonnie would be saying to his troops now is that we just don't worry about the scoreboard. We just need to be able to execute, put into practice what we do at training. And
we were pretty critical of him at the start of the third.
Yep.
I think he's probably, just getting in the way. It's his first game back, but just give him a role and tell him how to do it. And
exactly.
He was just getting in Whiting's way.
The feature for the
Shepherd boys we haven't seen much of again today, and they're normally pretty good. Sam Lonigan only 2 possessions for that quarter.
The feature of Clarence, though, has been their pressure on the ball carrier, hasn't it? Like, they haven't
really
allowed Launceston any time and space with the ball.
Yeah, no, really good. And they're creating run and they're creating flow, aren't they, from the half-back line, from the back line. Look, Clarence have been okay. I don't think they've been great. It'll be interesting to see what Jeremy Webley says after the game, taking it, of course, they will win this game. But, look, not a real lot there at all.
Well, we're ready down the boundary line for Adam Child and Andrew Fitz. Warning, what's happening down there?
Oh, that drizzle is coming in now, Dave, and the lights are switched on here. I've just come out of the Launceston huddle. they want to take the opportunity with a win, basically, as we could obviously tell with that. Casey Brown was named up there as doing fantastic defensive pressure. They need to control the ball, and the final message from Coach Sam Lonergan was be the best version of yourself for the next 30 minutes, Fitzy.
Yeah, the Clarence boys are still pretty happy. They just want to kill the ball. Basically, all this quarter's going to be is contested footy. They were very, very the words were kill the ball, make sure it's dead in the pockets, try not to let Launceston be able to run this quarter. They should come out with a pretty easy win.
Thanks to the boys down there in the boundary, doing a great job there, looking at all the goings on the sidelines. It's the last quarter action here, City Park Radio 103.7 FM and the TSL live stream. Here's Matthew McGee.
And it's Wall starting in the ruck, and Siggins starts forward, but it's Leadham again. He's had plenty of hit-outs today. Lonergan, didn't see much of him in the third quarter. He's in tight here at the moment, fighting up against Gabe Chambers, who's done a pretty good job on Lonergan. He's the designated taker, Gabe Chambers. He's nullified Lonergan's influence. Leadham, though, he follows up his work, gives it across to Williams. The umpire goes down, he goes down again. The umpire says, I'll have it because I've fallen over twice.
And young Gower up here, what's he going to mark that one down as, Dickie?
Just slippery shoes. Put the stops on, umpires.
Umpire Peter Carey in control of the ball there.
And beaten. He had the drop of the ball, and Alec Wright could not do anything. And Michael Fisher, the ex-North Hobart player, played at Dosa last year, Dave. In fact, won the best and fairest in the Old Scholars comp. And he's come back to Clarence, or come back to the TSL via Clarence. And Fisher started the game really well. He probably hasn't had much to do in the last two quarters, but he's hoping to kick a goal here, Fisher. He's got the ball 20 metres out. You're listening to City Park Radio 103.7 simulcast through Duff TV on AFL Tasmania YouTube channel. So it's Fisher, comes in 30 metres out, and that's a horrid kick. He misses near side, and Launceston are going to reset again. So Blackberry is going to take the kick out, and Clarence 8-9-57 lead Launceston 3-6-24.
Blackberry, a long penetrating kick, beautiful one, actually outside defensive 50. That's pinpoint accuracy to Jake Nunn. Former Bridge North player Nunn kicks off, kicks poorly out here towards Tim Castle. He can't take the mark. It's now a contest on the far side. Ruther Kelly Mansell's there. Defensive handball, kick up the wing, and Michael Blackburn takes the mark. It's an outstanding game today, Matthew.
Kelly Mansell the same as Whiting. He's wanting the one over the back, the cheap one over the back. He's got to lead up at the foot. He uses his pace, Ruller.
Blackburn, poor kick.
Terrible
straight
kick.
to that's Williams on this occasion. Takes the mark.
Interesting that I guess Lonergan's put Vandervelde on Siggins. I wonder whether that's just for a learning experience and run around, follow a good play, get him to lead you to the ball and learn a bit more about the game.
Now Sam Lonergan's got the kick forward, but there's a free kick back on play. No advantage paid, is it? Going to go back
Tom
to Launceston. Here's Tom Shepherd. So Tom Shepherd from the wing. That's a bit of a pity there for Launceston because they did get the kick forward to advantage. But the free kick was already paid here to Thomas Shepherd. I think he'll go back, will he? No, he's looking to switch. He's got a couple of options there. So now he goes. Here's Joey Boyce. Now he's got Hutchison White if he wants him. He doesn't. He goes the more direct route through the centre of the ground. Kicks a bit high. Goes through a number of players. Chance here for Wade Wall. He can't pick it up. There'll be a contest right near the larger of the centre circles. Holding the ball is beautiful. Holding the ball is given.
Siggins is going to get this real quick.
Run me through Joey Boyce's disposal through the middle of the ground there. Went short and he kicked it to three.
Might emerge here, it does. Taken away by Harper. Hand to Cox. Back in the direction of Harper. If he picks it up, either push in the back or tackle there from Polverman. And
got to be one up. I didn't know what to call, so he just said, I'll ball it up.
It's neither. So it'll be a ball up just on the edge of the centre square.
Just interesting on those stats, though, that Launceston gave us at three-quarter time. Jay Blackberry had 23 touches, but you wouldn't have put him down as a good day.
Handball from Polferman, right fumbles, costly as Webley takes it now. He picks it up, he has to retreat. Gets it to Hanslow in support. Hanslow 2 kicks out from goal. Penetrating kick inside 52 against 1. It's over the back though. Callanan off the ground, skillfully, it'll bounce. It'll bounce. 3 for a behind. Behind there to Clarence, 8-10-58. Launceston 3-6-24.
So kicking out here at the moment for Launceston is my old mate there, Dave. Help me out. Williams. Oh, Hutchinson, geez, I'm even confusing you. Gives it back to Jake Smith, who then squares the ball up to Vanderveld. Here's the kicker where you don't want to see kick it, but he's done well there. That's his best one for the day, Vanderveld.
We've hit a target. That's
Gives it to Tom Shepherd. So Shepherd, out of wing, goes down the line. Here's Mansell leading up with a footy. Much better effort. Could have been given the free kick, chopping the arms. The umpire says play on. And the ball's going to be thrown in on the far centre wing. Kelly Mansell lead up at the footy, jump at the footy. That's what he's got. He's got pace. Just got to continue to do that, 10, 20 times a quarter, doesn't he, Maxie?
He does. He did that then, and the second effort was there, caused a stoppage, got it over the line, and they can reset.
It's come out here to Lonigan. Lonigan gives it across on the outside to Gillow. So Gillow down the line, looking for O'Donoghue. That's better. Lead up at the footy. Lead up at the footy. Here's O'Donoghue.
Again, no one coming forward.
80 metres out, though. He looks for Mansell, but it's Bailey in front. He's been
well.
terrific, Jason Bailey. He's played well in his own right, but the job he's done on the forwards, him and his partner in crime, Castle, have done a brilliant job on Kelly Mansell and Whiting, respectively.
And again, Whiting just peeled off there, sat back. Ruller had 2 on him.
Here's an excellent mark by Jake Cox, who's come out of that a little bit sore. Don't know what's happened there on the 50. He's come up pretty gingerly. It's another shortish 50, just to the top of the square. Jake Cox, he's good enough to kick it though. He goes in looking for Standen. Well done, Williams. Over the top to Shepherd. Shepherd comes out to Casey Brown. Brown over to Taylor. Past him is Geordie Harris. Only 2 touches for the game. Got to do something, Geordie Harris. Doesn't get it though. Clarence Rappel. And this has taken a strong mark or free kick given to Jared Harper, who, Dave, as you said, has been a really good 4-quarter performer. He's a good body size on him. That's not one of his better efforts, and it's taken by Hutchinson. So Hutchinson down the line to Taylor. He hasn't
He's been
done
right.
much wrong. He's been pretty good, Taylor. He's battled manfully, as they say, but this is not one of his better efforts, and it's out of bounds over in front of the function centre. Mastrocola is going to take the free kick. Had one here earlier in the day, the tattooed Mustaka. Here he comes, nice kick inside 50, looking for Siggins. Gets rid of Vanderveld, but it's well taken by Jake Smith, who plays on, looking for Alec Wright, but it's chopped off by Jake Cox. He wanted to go. They've been chopped off all day, haven't they? Clarence have chopped off Launceston. Jake Cox goes in and finds Brady Jones. We haven't seen much of Brady Jones out in space today, but he's an in and under sort of player, and we probably haven't noticed him as much. But he's got an opportunity here to kick a goal, finish off his work. Just that kick across the goals, Max. Every time they just get cut off, don't they?
They do, and they had the ball here in the back pocket, looked to do it, had nowhere to go, had to come up the line, and it's just the pressure of Clarence.
It is. They've got really good structure behind the footy in that zone that they set up. So Brady Jones, the former state cricketer as well, the state captain, comes in 40 metres out, and he's just missed it far side.
Even now, look at the Clarence guys. They've hardly had to move. Jones is having a shot.
They're just really well structured, which so much of the modern day is. Just structure behind the footy. Kick out by Hutchinson. Gives it over the top, but cannot find Hamish Leadham.
Boundary throw in, 9.5 minutes into the last quarter. City Park Radio 103.7 and via the live stream on Duff TV. Hope you enjoyed the action. And over the top now, Webberley. Webberley short. And the mark's taken on the far side there, I think, by Standen.
The Demons are kicked away, Fozzie.
Callum,
12-8-80, leading the Essendon Football Club 6-12-48. So the Demons by 32.
As Callanan kicks up towards the wing stand and nearly takes an amazing one-handed mark, but he just can't quite hang on. In fact, it was out of bounds on the full. Wouldn't have counted if he'd have dragged it in. So it's a free kick to Williams on the far side of the ground. He goes short and he finds Alec Wright. 10 minutes gone and no goals so far this quarter. Am I right in saying that, Macca?
Yep.
Yes, no goals so far this quarter. As the kick comes into towards the centre there, beautiful kick. Vanderveld's got it. He's streaming in towards the attacking 50. Nice kick this occasion, and Blackberry takes the mark. Now, Jay Blackberry's kicking Michael Walker. Is he a chance from this distance?
Yes.
He is. So
In one word, yes.
You put the moz on him earlier in the day.
I did, yeah.
got a slight breeze behind him. He's kicked a goal today. Opportunist goal in the second quarter.
Left-hand goalpost.
45-degree angle. Will deliver from about 52 out. Approaches the man on the mark. He doesn't get any purchase on it that he wants, and it's out of bounds on the full. Thank you, Michael Walker. 9-5, 59, 3-6, 24 to be a relieving free kick in the back pocket.
Launceston got the bye next week, Foz.
Yep.
So got a week off to recharge the batteries after a big first month or so.
Now that Clarence good looking name, KG5?
Yes, KG5.
Right, it'll be a big test. You can
4 o'clock Saturday.
you can watch that one. Tubes, Brent Costello and the boys. Cam Brown, I think he's back from Noosa. As the ball goes close to the boundary line, it's knocked out of bounds.
Cam Brown been up in Noosa.
He has indeed.
Jeepers, stunning himself, the man about town, Cameron Brown.
It's out of bounds, boundary throw in.
Yeah, and then the Launceston got the next match in a fortnight's time down at the Kingborough Oval. So
Tigers,
it's a tough clash. Yeah, the Tigers doing a pretty good job, very competitive in most games this year.
Handball from Harper to nobody in particular. We've got another stoppage here on the half-forward flank. It's Clarence, 8-11-59. Launceston, 3-6-24. Low-scoring game here at Windsor Park. Blustery conditions, a little bit damp on occasions. But you'd expect more goals, perhaps, than have been kicked today.
And you'll be joining the North Launceston Sport, all things sport, which is great, because we do cover all things. Yeah, Launceston Tornadoes, they good start to the season and said farewell to Ben Rush. There'll be more come out in the media this week, you'd imagine.
Very quiet.
Love to know what's happened there.
A lot of stories going around.
Sammy Siggins, he's going to take the free kick. It's been serviceable today, Siggins. Here's Blackburn, who's been very dangerous all day for Clarence. So there's the movement we're asking Launceston, aren't we? Lead up at the football. Here's Wall, he's got the better of Vanderveld. Just the body in position. Let's have a look for Clarence as they stream inside forward 50. Stanton will lead up. Oh, he's lost him. Here's Stanton, and he's going to take the mark uncontested. Old mate Matthew Hutchinson was ball watching. He had Stanton, and then he just let him go. If we look at that on the replay later, he just lost contact of Stanton. He just did what he wanted. And Speedy's going to have a kick 30 metres out directly in front.
To be fair to Hutchinson, Stanton hasn't had a big influence on today's game.
He's been okay, Hutchinson. But on that occasion, he just ball watched, and there was no communication from his fellow Launceston defenders. And Stanton's going to have a kick 30 metres out directly in front. He looks to goal, and there it is. So there's Clarence's 9th goal. Trent Stanton kicks his first for the day, Dave.
Yep.
First for the day to Trent Stanton, and it's Clarence 9-11-65, leading Launceston 3-6-24. So if we watch here on the replay, Stanton runs inside forward 50. Hutchinson just doesn't go with him, lets him go. They tried to cross over. It was a mix-up probably there between Williams and Hutchinson, and caused Trent Stanton to have a free shot at goal 30 metres out.
Back in the centre, Siggins up against O'Donoghue. Siggins gets it down beautifully. Chance here to break free is Chambers. Chambers to Webberley. Over now to Jones. Jones off the left. Nice delivery again to Stanton. He doesn't take the mark on this occasion. Gets handball back to Webberley. He's in range. It's Jeremy Webberley. He goes short though towards Blackburn, who takes the mark about 8 metres out. Handball off to Callan. Another goal to Clarence.
Party time.
Fantastic work out of the centre there from the Clarence Kangaroos. The familiar faces there of Callan and Webberley, Stanton involved. And this time Blackberry gets the clearance up towards the wing. Geordie Harris tries to shepherd the ball for Thomas Shepherd, then he takes it himself. Over here towards Holmes, who falls over. Kick forward there for Clarence up towards the wing. Nice mark by Vanderveld.
Very good, Greg.
Well, I had a look at three-quarter time. The marks he actually had, Vanderveld, he was the leading marker for Launceston with 6 marks, so he's taken enough marks, the big Vanderveld.
Casey Brown can't take possession. Young player, as we said, only 17 years old, from the Christian school here in Riverside. Contested ball, Corey Shepherd. Pushing the back maybe there to Williams. Brown says the umpire. It'll be a ball up, 17-minute mark of this last quarter.
We know one thing, what Launceston will do, and Lonergan spoke about it after the North Launceston defeat. It's not about getting numbers behind the ball to stop the other team scoring. He said we still want to just keep playing our style, and he's prepared to cop those losses.
Absolutely. Over the back here is Brennan Taylor. If he takes position, can he get free? He can't. Great tackle there by Keegan Wiley. But now it falls to Castle. He kicks up the wing towards Jones, but good work there by James Gillow. He takes possession, kicks it short. Rulla Kelly Mansell takes it off the left foot. Rulla's hit the post. So chance for the Blues there. Some good work as Timmy Castle tried to stream out of defence. One behind to Launceston, 3-7-25.
Burnie have kicked a goal down at West Park, 1-2-8. Trail Glenorchy 7-5-47. Coming out of the back line looking for Blackburn. That's close to the line. The umpire said it just touched the line, so it's going to be a boundary throw in. 18-minute mark of the fourth quarter. It's Clarence 10-11-71. Lead Launceston 3-7-25. Launceston have challenged early on, but it's been pretty solid for Clarence right through from halfway in that first quarter. And Launceston just couldn't get the goals on the board early. They had some momentum. They had the inside 50s. They had the clearances going their way, but they just could not score the goal. They kicked 5 behinds early on and just could not get one through. It's Jake Nunn fighting for the ball. O'Donoghue comes out to Shepherd. Shepherd up in the air. Blackberry taps it on, gives it to Harris. He's had a quiet day. Another tap on there by Nunn. I know, in fact, it was the opposite. He's been caught holding the ball or throw. And Taylor's going to come up sore. He's been in Launceston's, I reckon, top 3 today, Brendan Taylor. Following on some good form from last week. It's Clarence taking the ball out here through Tyson Henslow. He had a good first half. Henslow gives it across to Michael Fisher. Fisher back to Webley. Webley goes long, looking down the line to Bradford. Bradford just spills the mark. Well done here by the Launceston defence. Here's Williams. Williams comes down and finds Blackberry. So Blackberry, he's had enough of the footy today, but as you said, he probably hasn't had that great a day, even though he's had a fair bit of it. He looks for Brown. Brown on 50, puts the foot down, Casey Brown, but sprays it over to the right side. The ball's going to go over the line and through for a behind, and that's Launceston's 8th behind for the day. It's 3-8-26, leading Clarence 10-11-71. So Clarence, they're well and truly on the way to securing that 3rd position. A massive game next week at KG5 against Glenorchy.
Brady Jones goes short towards Siggins, who takes the mark in front of Harris. He sums up his options. He's in no hurry. In the last 10 minutes of this game, Siggins towards defensive 50. Falls to Shepherd. Corey Shepherd. Quick kick. Lucks a fortune. Mark. Sonny Whiting. He'll mark about 30 metres out from goal. 45-degree angle. And he's kicked the 1 goal today. And, of course, he's kicked 16 now for the year in the TSL. He's 2nd on the list, I think, behind Jay Bowden. In fact, he might be 3rd now. I think Zach Burt overtook him last night at Devonport. Here's Sonny Whiting. Deliberate approach. He's delivered quite nicely. It's a goal to the Blues. That's their 4th. 4-8-32. Clarence 10-11-71. And it's a bit of hope for the Blues leading to the last 10 minutes or so of the game, Macca.
Yeah, that's right. Launceston, as I said, they've got the week off next week. They'll have a few sore bodies, I reckon. They've had a tough first month of the year, some mixed results. The 2 times that they were challenged by teams above them, they've come up well short, Launceston. So that's going to be something they'll need to work on just to be more competitive against those better teams. And Clarence, as we said, they're off to KG5 next week.
Brady Jones, kick inside 50, Standen from behind. He can't take the mark. Well done to Hutchinson. Gets handball away to Vandervelde. Gets a quick kick up towards the wing. Chases wanted. It's Alec Wright in the prime position for that. But it's going to beat him over the boundary line. Out of bounds.
Inside 50s groups for the quarter. Inside 50s, what's that? Yeah, about level. I'll tell you what, Maxie, for the amount of ball that's gone in for Clarence, the defence have actually been all right for Launceston. Hutchison, Williams, Vandervelde. You know, they've been okay. They've repelled a lot of attacks.
Yep. Certainly Vandervelde and Williams probably been...
Yeah, 6-7 marks each.
Yeah, apart from Vandervelde's disposal, like he's been good.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a very promising player for the Blues as it's on the centre wing. Maybe another stoppage. 23 minutes nearly gone in this last quarter. And the bit of a disappointing contest this afternoon. Expected scores to be a little bit closer, about between 3rd and 4th, but it's probably an indication where the Blues are at just at this stage of their development.
Told you I want to change my tip, Dave.
Sammy Rundle emerges from the pack near towards Millodge. He's got to go hard. He does well. He picks it up now. He gets the handball over the top. Chance for Rundle once again if he can pick it up. He can't. Yes, he does now. Gets it back here towards Thomas Shepherd. Back to Rundle. To Nunn. Nunn kicks wide on the far side and finds stretching there Palfreyman. He tries to shrug off his opponent there. Brody Palfreyman. He tried hard in this last quarter of the Blues. They haven't given up. But the margin was 32 points at three-quarter time. They haven't made real inroads at all into that. It's knocked out of bounds. Half-forward flank. It's 48-32 the Blues. Clarence 10-11-71.
Great defensive punch by Alex Gould there, up and over the back. So some of these players we've never heard of for Clarence have done a very good job today. Second trip on the road in a row. We heard Webley during the week say that they haven't won too many on the road in the last 4 years. Now they've won 2 in a row. It's got to be a free kick to Sonny Whiting. And he agrees with me, and he tells the umpire all about it. But the umpire says, nothing there, Sonny. Let's go back and have another kick. And now Sonny's being spoken to. And it could be 50 metres, spraying the umpire, Sonny Whiting. I said he wasn't happy, Max.
No, he wasn't. And
he let him know.
I reckon he'll probably, he's not even going to go and man the mark. But I reckon the runner will be out and say, come and have a seat, mate.
Yeah, you expect a little bit more, but I tell you what, he was manhandled near the point post. I reckon he had a fair bit, but the umpires don't change their call. Out to Castle. Castle to Jake Cox. Really worked his way into it in the second half. There's a Jake Cox special, one of those forward floating punts. And that's the only criticism we've got of Jake Cox. Just that kicking disposal at times. They do helicopter. And Mansell comes up. Let's hope it's cramp. It could be a hamstring. I think it's just cramp, Dave. But there you go.
All Launceston had to do then is get it in one-on-one, make a contest out of it, whereas they've gone sideways everywhere where they shouldn't go.
It's okay to go sideways if you're going to hit targets, but they've gone sideways all day and missed targets, which early on in the season we saw them do it really well, didn't we, when the pressure wasn't on. But Clarence have brought pressure today. Here's Jake Smith. Gives it over to Launceston in Williams. Williams goes forward. There's again inside 50 turnover. So the ball comes out by Clarence. Shane Bradford. Bradford on the left finds an excellent mark there by Braden Dart. So Braden Dart takes the mark. Handball over the top to Cox. Let's see if he can get the ball spinning a little bit better than last time. He does, but this time he hits up Vandervelde. That's about mark number 8 for Vandervelde. Lots of intercept marks. Oh, the big fella goes inside for centre square. It's a Vandervelde special. He probably just need to go down the line a little bit, but it's going to come off here. Here's Rundle. He goes back out wide. Stopping there and finding the ball for Clarence was Shane Bradford. Ball comes out to Jake Smith. He shrugs the back, goes inside 50. It's hard work for Launceston. Sonny Whiting left and right. He's got Lonigan in the forward pocket, who does his best to turn the ball over, brings it back inboard, finds Polferman, but it's intercepted by Callanan. Another turnover for Launceston. Clarence out to Shane Bradford, and the ball's taken over by Sonny Whiting. And it's hard work, isn't it?
It's interesting with the skill level, Mac. We saw Devonport versus Launceston round 1, and we were actually quite impressed with Launceston's skill level. So it's probably just a consistent effort. It's not there week to week at the moment.
Yeah, it's just when that pressure comes on, that game plan's just going to fall down, isn't it? There's the final siren, ladies and gentlemen. It's Clarence 10-11-71, defeated Launceston 4-9-33. So Clarence consolidate third position on the ladder. Launceston going to the bye with a little bit of soul searching to do up against the better sides. Goal kickers Dave Moore, 3 goals to Blackburn, 2 goals to Siggins, singles to Hanslow, Callanan, Grace, Standen and Holmes. And for Launceston, 2 goals to Sonny Whiting, 1 goal to Jay Blackberry and James Gillow.
Macca, we might release you to go down and see if we get a bit of a chat there with Jeremy Webley after the game.
To it. Yep.
No worries. Michael, we'll go back to the studio for some messages in a second, but just your first thoughts on that victory there by Clarence by 38 points over the Blues.
Yeah, look, they were real workmanlike, Dave, weren't they? At the end of the day, like you said, 38 points was it?
Yep.
So as a focal point, so they would have had to readjust everything from early on in the game to work out where the goals are going to come from. And Blackburn stood up. He kicked 3 in the end, handed a couple off in that last quarter, so he could have ended up with a nice little bag of them. But yeah, look, Launceston, like Macca said, and yourself, Dave, the bye next week, which I reckon they'll be more than happy to take.
Probably come at the right time, hasn't it?
They're more than happy to take it.
Okay, so the final score here at Windsor Park. Launceston 4-9-33 have been defeated by Clarence 10-11-71. We're back with some more analysis and some interviews after this break on City Park Radio.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
You know what we need to do?
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack.
After the game.
Moment by moment,
Probably in the
Centimetre
ribs.
by
Is that
centimetre,
microphone working in the
effort by
Oh,
effort.
okay. Right.
Fight, fight,
I'll see
fight until the siren sounds and the song is
One
sung.
more, thanks, Sheila.
It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough? This is not just a game. This is the Tasmanian State League. Our best talent, our premier competition. This is not a right. This is a privilege.
We know how to play.
This isn't given, it's earned.
We know what we need to do.
You've done years of hard work to get here. Hard yakka. Blood, sweat, tears.
Get up, let's get into it, boys!
It's time to step up, because you won't get a second crack. Moment by moment, centimetre by centimetre, effort by effort. Fight, fight, fight until the siren sounds and the song is sung. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Do you want it enough?